Okay, today's champion is Soulless. He's from Knight's Reverence. He's a Void Affinity Legend champion. Soulless is control tank, able to stun, provoke, soak damage. He can extend all debuffs, but has a chance of it on enemies with his A3, and creates a massive shield on himself. Since he's up buff in around April-May 21, Soulless has the real ability to play in high levels in arena, and can work as a great team member as well in Doom Tower and dungeons. His damage is really dependent on your enemies, on their debuffs. It works best when you're having multiple ways to debuff targets before he uses his AoE attacks. As a defense-based champion, he also works well with paired with champions like Siffy and Doomscreech, who will fill his turn meter and apply an increased debuff in the same abilities. He's pretty strong in Knight's Reverence in Faction Wars, and strong against Kulduth in the Doom Tower once you can get to that level. His skills: Bewildering Blow level 1. Attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of placing a stun debuff for one turn. In total, he requires 10 books. It's really up to your personal choice if you want to book him out and use him through most of the game or not. He's got a decent damage rating multiplier at 2.8 for defense. Average overall for the grading in that wise. Reign of Terror. Attacks all enemies, increases the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1, then places a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 30% of the damage he's dealt. The damage increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. So, that's something you really want to try to do, get it down to the cooldown so make it back to 4 turns. So, Wave of Despair. Wave of Despair, 3 turn cooldown, attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance to remove a buff. Places a provoke debuff for 1 turn if buff is removed. So it's got a pretty good chance, extra chances as you book that out. Damage rating is 1.8 for the defense. It's not too bad. Aurora increases allied defense in the fraction crypts by 44%. He's a player which you really want to work on his speed to get his speed up. His crit rate to 100%, so his skills are working. Crit damage as much as possible, and his accuracy. Okay, as you can see, got champion skins. So resume in time, we'll have skins available. We can change the look of him as well. In the masteries, I've set him up as a nuker. So crit rate extra 5%, the deadly precision, keen strike required, crit damage extra 10%, shield breaker, increases damage inflicted to targets under shield, buffs by 20%, which really helps do the damage to your opponents. Increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%. Bring it down. Increase damage inflicted by 6% when attacking targets with a higher max HP. Increases damage inflicted by 6% in the arena and 3% in all other locations for each enemy killed by this champion in battle. Stacks across each round in battle of up to 12%. Hell Masher has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. For skills that ignore defense, this is 25% in addition to the amount ignored by the skill. Ruthless Ambush increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. Required rank Opportunist increases damage inflicted to targets with stun, sleep, fear, true fear freeze, petrification debuffs by 12%. In his defense, we've gone for the defensive tough skin, gives it plus 75. Blast Proof decreases damage received from AoE attacks by 5%. Persurgent has a 50% chance to remove one random debuff from this champion when they lose 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. Deadly Death reduces the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75% with each hit taken from that enemy. Damage reduction stacks up to 6% from each enemy. Retribution has a 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% max HP or more from a single enemy skill. Required Detergents, required rank 5, has a 20% chance to counterattack an enemy when they apply a stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, petrification, debuff on ally, cooldown 1 turn. So let's just have a look at him. At the moment, because I'm a mid-level player, as you can see, I really don't have a high speed set on him at the moment. Of course, I'd like to get up that a lot higher. I've got his crit rate at 105%, even though it only requires 100%. That's just how it worked out with some of the items I put on him. His accuracy is still low, but I find I'm still able to use him at this stage in the game, and he's working for what I want. As I keep growing through the game, get better equipment, I'll put better equipment onto him. Okay, let's have a look, see how he goes here in arena. Now, he's not going to go as good as I'd like him because of his slow speed, but we'll still see if he goes alright and he can get off one of his special hits, one of his skills. As you'll see with his skill, if it did come to that stage, it does a lot of damage. And that's the idea, use him as your nuker to take that damage away from the others. I find he does pretty well in most areas. I'm able to use him in the dragon level at level 25 along with my other team, which I have set up at the moment. Okay, and that's it for this video. If you like, just like and subscribe and follow my other videos. Okay, thank you.